What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back to EVE Online. Alright, so let's go and open up our mission line here and see if we can talk to the next one. Dagan was the pilot leading the fleet with the drones. Dagan was the pilot leading the fleet that the drones first destroyed, and a known terrorist. He was supposed to be dead. It is very important that he is made dead. The sisters consider this a top priority. Dagan is heading for a system Mimitar space. You can't have gone far. I'll connect you with Keita Eslin, advisor of the Crucial tribe. She can help you track down Dagan. Been to Mimitar space quite a few times. Cretaceous, it's not as bad there, so just be careful where you wander and what you say. The way of doing things can be a little rough around the edges at times, but I've also never known a Mimitar to not get a job done. In case you don't know, the Crucial can be a little sly. Just make sure this one looks after your interests too. Still, I'm sure you can handle yourself. I'm pretty sure we're one of these, aren't we? Alright, so once you make it to your destination, you go over to the area and talk to the new agent. The missing capsule you are looking for has been quite busy recently, as I'm sure you'll be interested to hear. The Crucial tribe became aware of his actions just a couple of days ago. When he was caught smuggling something out of the Mimitar space, we've seen a few of his accomplices since then, shifting back and forth between Mimitar and Amar borders. You want information, we want information. Help us track down his friends. We'll help you any way we can. When you find your captor, your first step is going to be to scout one of their major smuggling hubs and report back with information you can about the strength of the security forces there. Alright, so this is going to pay us 337 ISK. Alright, so let's read the mission journal for details. Looks like they're still getting reinforcements. They've even stolen a Nidhogger. Alright, I have all the information I need to get work. Get back to me before they realize you're there and we can discuss what comes next. Oh, interesting. We're actually retreating. Good work on the retcon there. When you're ready to go and do something about those smugglers, let us know. Alright, you'll need to take the surveillance captures over to a friend of mine who wants to use them before he commits his own forces to the fight. I'd sent them over with the network, but I'm afraid the mission is completely unauthorized. All the evidence I've gathered so far has been through the methods of Republic fleet wouldn't turn a blind eye to, so we're reliant on his help. Once he has seen the information he needs, he'll probably want to send you in the first to take out the heaviest security that his people follow in to clean. Are you ready to commit yourself to this task, Cretaceous? Sure, why not? Alright, so looks like we're traveling again. Straight to business then, eh? Well, here's the plan. My men are currently standing by, ready to launch an assault on a poorly defended base nearby. This should draw a good portion of the security forces off the base, which we're truly aiming for. That's when you sweep in, kill everything that moves. Cretaceous, if you can take out their reinforcements and logistics, then we'll be able to clean up what's left. I'm thinking all the commotion should draw their leader out, or at least get his attention. We can see how this plays out once the bullet starts flying. You'll receive any updates on the field once we launch our assault. Are you ready to rock and roll? I feel like some of these missions should actually give you like a new ship to be able to do this in. Especially if it's like such a big deal that we're going to be like the main target to be attacked the entire time. Alright, so we have the simple task of destroying the auxiliary power array. 2 kilometers. I'm going to assume that we're going to have to take on the Watchman first though. This is another very huge reason to why you want at least a microwarp drive. The afterburners are nice, but they don't give you near as much speed, and I feel like this guy is just essential if you're trying to play at a relatively decent pace inside the game. Once we get further with research, we'll be able to equip more stuff to our ship. Right now, I'm trying to work on the efficiency of the turrets, that way our capacitor doesn't always run out. I'm not really able to do too much more than a armor plating and a small armor repair at the moment, though. Lock it on to the target. And as long as it's just the 2 watchmen. Oh, that one's like super far away actually. We might actually be able to kill this dude before the other watchmen even get anywhere near here. Nice. I still quite haven't figured out like why you would choose to use a frigate over a destroyer class ship earlier on in the game. For combat, it seems like the destroyers are just much more capable of actually doing a lot of the missions that we're needing to do. And they have a lot more wide a range of turrets that you're actually able to use at the same time. Alright, so we're taking in some damage. Our shield's still holding in strong. We got one more watchman remaining. A couple are starting to spawn in, actually. Alright, so once again, we want to get a little bit closer before we even worry about starting to target this guy. Alright, so we'll lock on. Because our turrets actually need to be like super close. Now, I think technically we could... Let's see. Keep range at 1,000. I need the range to be a little bit shorter for like the most optimum turret usage, but I don't see that as an option to actually bring the orbit in closer. Alright, so we got 2 more watchmen left. We have our shield is at 3%. Armor hasn't even been touched yet. Whew. Alright, so now the armor's starting to get a little bit weakened. So we'll turn this guy on. Once we get to 100%, we'll turn him back off just to save on capacitor space. And the good news is there's only 2 left, so I think we should be able to take majority of the damage at the moment. That's why I was trying to figure out like if we could have like a more efficient armor repair guy. Right now I could technically have like a tier 2 armor repair guy, but it didn't really seem like he did too much except for use a lot more CPU usage. So I think for now the armor upgrade along with the small armor repair guy is going to be the most efficient pathway for us.
The capacitor is empty.
That's fine, we got 1 guy left, we'll wipe him out, so then we'll turn our small armor repair guy on. And efficiency is just something that I'm going to have to work on. Alright, so 7 kilometers, so we'll target you next. Worst case scenario we learned in our tutorial missions is warp out of here if it's too much. Now I know other ammo types also give you an advantage, so that could be something to eventually like look into, trying to use like different ammo instead of the EMPS. But for now I still have a decent amount of ammo left, so I'm going to use all this up before we step up to a stronger tier bullet. Once again though, a lot of the game's research is going to be very essential in order to move up to like better turrets or more efficient use of your ship. So it's just going to take some time before we're actually able to like check out in a little bit different setup. Oh, not that one. Don't you dare stop it. Well, the smuggling hub's actually taking a lot of damage too. Alright, well hold on. Looks like we're going to destroy the smuggling hub real quick and then we'll be able to lock on to the other guys. I don't know if this is the best strategy or not, but this is where the turrets are wanting to shoot, even though I thought I locked on to the watchman. You know, we'll be fine. Seems like they're missing a lot of their shots anyways. So give us the time to destroy the hub. Maybe less of them will spawn in. And now we'll be able to target the watchman. I am eventually going to have to reload as well. Oh, that is super cool. Oh, don't damage us. Alright, we're good. Yeah, we're still in one piece. We're good. Alright, so Watchman, we need to orbit you. Getting a little bit too far away. Now, once we get to 100% armor, once again, we'll turn this guy off. Once again, it's just like a little bit more to do. And make sure all of our turrets are on top of this guy. There we go. So now we can focus in on the smuggling hub. And that should be all of their reinforcements. Yeah, so I don't think there's a way that I can actually like lower down the distance, because if we get to like 500 meters, it's a little bit better for like our weaker turrets over here. I mean, honestly, we're here for the array. So I guess it's just these several level pieces here that we're looking for? Because we don't have any more enemies spawning in, and it says auxiliary power array, so that'd be up top of here. We'll just destroy the hub for now. I assume that has to be something useful, and then we'll target the array.
A module has run out of charges.
Oh, that's nice. So whenever it runs out, it's going to automatically refill for us. By the way, if you ungroup your weapons whenever you're not in combat, you can see that we have 3 of these and 4 of them, but it's also noted by the little red numbers down here. Now, I don't think we actually need to destroy this smuggler's hub, but I feel like this has to be like their spawn point, so maybe it'll make the missions easier for like the next go around, having less of the hubs there. Alright, so you're knocked out, and we need to target the auxiliary array. So let's orbit, keep it range. Oh, there we go, 500. Let's drive through the explosion. Alright, so one gun can easily do this. And then you guys come in a little bit later. Yeah, this game's kind of weird though. It seems like you get paid a lot for missions that you have to warp around, and then you don't get paid too much for like combat missions. And then it'll take turns between like super tough combat missions and relatively easy missions. Which everything is wiped out. My men finished cleaning up the remaining hostiles just a few moments ago. You'll be pleased to hear, though, Cretaceous, we caught someone trying to flee the scene. We think he knows something about this guy's running this whole operation. He's been taking up into... That didn't take long. You can't get good mercenaries anymore. They crack before you even get to the fun stuff. He gave us the names of 3 lieutenants, supposedly the underlings for the man running this whole operation. If we can capture one of them, then maybe we'll know something about this missing capsular of yours. If they don't, then they should at least know where we can find their boss. The lieutenants are supposed to be meeting at a nearby dead space facility, arranging some kind of big deal. We have no idea what this could involve, drugs, money, people. It might be anything, but it definitely means something more hired security to deal with. Once you clear the area, we should be able to scan the structures and locate the lieutenants, assuming they're still hanging around. Fly by and pick them up. If they refuse to board, pop a few shots off into the facility shields. They'll usually convince people you mean business. So, feel like crashing the party, Cretaceous? Alright, so we have the task of destroying all mercenaries inside the area here. So if we can keep it at 500 meters, I feel like that's going to be a little bit better for our smaller weapons right here, because this has a efficiency range of 690. Fall off is 5600 though, so I mean, once we get to 5600, we'll be good. Alright, so let's lock on. And maybe if we keep our weapons at like the most optimal range here, it'll actually be much better for us. So let's just keep doing it that way. So I should be able to do control click. There we go. Now we're starting to learn a little bit differently. Alright, so these guys are just dying super quick. Let's do you. Yeah, I don't really have time to move around because they're just flying right above us anyways. I mean, they are just supposed to be low-level mercenaries, so maybe that's why. My good news is they're sticking to the range that I needed them to be in. Alright, so we got 2 more remaining. It's got 1 for you. And can I take them both at the same time? That'd be cool. The guy just died way before I could even do it. Alright, nice. We're scanning the radio chatter for those guys you took out. They were trying to evacuate someone from the habitation module and it's vulnerable now without them guarding it, so you can fire a few rounds off into the building that should flush him out. Okay, so habitation module. No way in hell am I coming with you, Edgar. You'd best leave here while you still have that pretty ship of yours. Was that a promise? Alright, stop shooting. I'll come with you.
Warp drive active.
That is one thing I'm not necessarily sure how to stop, buddy. Once I start shooting, I don't know how to get my guns to quit, so you might accidentally blow up the habitation module. Oh, it's like at 1%. Alright, so hunting the lieutenants is now complete. Good work, Cretaceous. I had a feeling that we'd find at least one of them there. We'll take him out back and encourage him to talk. Keita says she's found something in the evidence you brought over from your tours around State and Federation space. She thinks it might help her people direct the interrogation of Creus, so we need to take him back to her. We have a strong overlap of aims here, Cretaceous. You want to find the capsular, we want to hamper smuggling operations in our space, so as long as your work takes down this path, we will be happy to offer you our assistance. We will speak again, perhaps once Keita has gleaned some information from Creus. If we don't, then let me say that it's been a pleasure having you as a friend and an ally of the Mimitar people. I hope the good work doesn't stop with the end of your investigation. Good work and good luck. I hope you find the answers you seek. I'm sure Keita will help. We've been working tirelessly over all the intelligence delivered to me. A lot of it we already know, but some cross-analysis we discovered that there was a particular location that only Lieutenant Creus and a few others had access to. Creus caved when he saw that we knew the coordinates to his employer's hideout. The guy's alias is Iza Tabar. He's a battle-hardened smuggler baron. Concords wanted him for a long time. We have his location, Cretaceous. Can we rely on you to end this? I'd expect his place to be well defended, but if we lose him now, it all counts for nothing. Alright, so we need to destroy the Mar Tactical Outpost. I'm going to start out with the mercenaries first off, just like we did last time. So keep rated at 500 meters. Wait for us to get closer. Now, it also seems like whenever we have the disruptors targeting us, we seem to take a lot more damage compared to normal. Although it doesn't say that that actually increases their damage output, so I'm not entirely sure why that's so efficient against us. But I think the main thing is every time they do it is just that we're being swarmed by a ton of enemies, so maybe that's just the difference. Yeah, these mercenaries are just popping off like this. Couple shots there, couple shots here, and they'll just be wiped out completely. Alright, so he's dead, and we got more. And that explains why we were missing sometimes, because I was a little bit too far away. Alright, so we're actually going to keep range 500 meters. We'll go to you. Lock on to our guy here. Is that one not coming up to us? Alright, fine. So you let's see, orbit 500. Another guy dead. Not that one. Yeah, I feel like the right-clicking thing is just a little bit more efficient. I wish I could like swap my distance up there to be like set based on our turret range, because that's just going to automatically default to 1,000. Hold on, we got to do some fancy turning around here. Which, I mean, honestly, the main thing is just getting a weapon that's not going to have that big of an issue here. Because our other turrets with the same ammo type can go all the way 6,900 before they are out of optimal range, and it goes to 17 kilometers for like the main distance. Alright, so they're wiped out. Now we have Isa Tabrar. Alright, 500. So we can lock on our long range weapons, and then once we get closer, we'll lock on to our short range.
And we're just going to face tank them.
Turn on our armor repair guy, that way we can do that. Oh, he's already dead? Complete the mission. Nice. Done exceptionally well, Cretaceous. Our team will head over to Tabar's compound now and comb the area for further evidence. Get back to me when you're ready for the last assignment. It is about time the Bimtar repaid you for what all you've done, and I have some information about how we can make that happen. Before you arrived, we managed to get one of our people to Tabar's recruitment and training facility. He informed us that the missing capsule you seek passed through this place briefly. Moments ago, we received word that our man is now trapped there. We had hoped that Tabar's assassin would scatter the remnants of his forces and provide an easy escape, but we had no such luck. One of Tabar's remaining lieutenants, an Amatar by the name Mazara Nefara, has returned to the facility and taken over. Not only is our spy and your only lead caught in the spider's web, but the smuggling crew may operate again someday unless we put a stop to this. You must return to the interface for us, kill Mazara and his followers so that our agent has a chance of escaping undetected. Alright, so we can use our long-range guns to go and log on to him while we slowly approach, then we'll use our short-range weapons. Alright, maybe the long-range weapons are a little bit overpowered for this. That was easy. So maybe it has nothing at all to do with all the turrets that we have. It just has to do with these artillery cannons that we got. You know what? Either way, I'm glad that we swapped a little bit of variety in our turrets.
Target is locked on.
Oh, he didn't die in one shot? There he goes. Alright, so now we got some mercenary fighters coming in. So 15, so we can go to lock on with our big guns, then while we slowly approach, we'll be able to use our short range if they survive long enough. I will say the missile strikes inside this game look really cool, so we're definitely eventually going to be swapping over to at least getting some sort of missiles. Now this ship in particular, we don't actually have too many capabilities of having that. There's only one launch pod for like torpedoes, for example. Zara. Oh, the guy's already out of here? Alright, so our armor's taking in a little bit of damage here, so we're going to turn you on for a second. Alright, so he's dead, so let's do the same, keep it range 500. Pastor's still holding in strong for now. Alright, there we go. So he's a little bit closer, actually. Alright, so you're dead. There we go. And that's our little buddy down here that we have to kill. Oh, no. Keep it range 500 meters. So we're going to turn you off. There's only one guy left. And plus our armor is fully repaired right now, which we'll use about half of our capacitor. Now we can scroll out and see all like the cool explosions. Oh, is he actually running away from us? Fine. We'll catch up. Turn the microwarp drive on. He's not going to be running away from us anytime soon. Now we head back. Surprisingly, there's not really much loot that anyone's dropping lately. You destroyed a pirate's ring that could have taken us months to work through. High marks all around. Alright guys, well it looks like we finished up the Keita Eslin part of the Sisters Arc If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.